What's up guys, it's Andrew at EliteGamingHQ, and now we're back with a new video. In this video, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a B350 motherboard to recognize a Ryzen 3600. Now this was just a project because a buddy of mine who bought a computer off me about a year and a half ago sent his computer over. He dropped it off and we're going to try to get it working for him. He wanted the processor upgrade. So if you guys are considering upgrading and you want to know if a B350 motherboard will work with the Ryzen 3600, I don't see the reason why it shouldn't. Power delivery might not be the best, but I figured I'd give it a try. Now going into this project, I didn't know if it would work or not, but turns out it did, and I'll show you the steps I did with this very motherboard, which is a Gigabyte Gaming AB350. So let's take a look and we'll go step by step of the process. Alright, today when I was trying to figure out what video I want to put up on the channel, my friend hits me up and he wants to upgrade his processor. He's going to have me do the work. I'm going to charge him $200 for the Ryzen 5 3600, which is the price that they go for. And then in exchange, he's going to give me his old processor, which is a Ryzen 5 1400. But the real thing is, are we going to be able to get the 3rd generation Ryzen working on a B350 1st generation board? I think we can. We're going to have to update some stuff and we're going to get everything working. But first, look how dirty this thing is. Jeez, Jacob, you really need to take better care of your PC. This thing's going to die. So, first things first, let's take this apart and blow it out. And here's some other projects we're working on right now. This one being the nice one. This PC in this lead case is beautiful. Alright, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the project at hand. Alright, so we got it here. We're about to blow it out, but there's one thing I want to show you, is this here. I'm really going to have to come at him for that. If you want to lose a power supply, this is the way to lose a power supply. See, you can understand your power supply sucks in here and it blows out and exhausts on this side here. So this is all the dirt that it sucked in. It was basically being starved, and we're going to have to clean all this out, as well as the rest of the PC. So, let's get to it. I also find it pretty fitting that we put it on the Digital Storm box, which we just finished the Digital Storm review, and, well, it didn't go so well. But, if you guys want to check that out, just check the channel. I'll put a little card above, and yeah, Aaron and I take a look at it. Alright, let's finish this up. Alright, for this part you want to get your BIOS update. Now the way to do this is you put in your model number and your manufacturer, which just happens to be Gigabyte. It'll take you right to the page and then you hit the support tab. They're all a little bit different, but they kind of react the same way. It's going to come up to a page that looks like this and then click on BIOS. Now this particular one recommended that the previous version that we update it to a certain one. I didn't want to take the chance, so I just downloaded both. So you obviously have to do this on another PC, and then what you want to do is put a flash drive in, then unzip them both, or in your case it's probably just one, and after that you'll be able to go into your flash program. Now the thing to note is if you're using like an ASRock board, for example, they want you to update their AMD compatibility first, which is your chipset. Now some of the Windows updates have done this already, but a lot of times they'll have a link there for an all-in-one driver. I would download that as well. Install that first before you do your BIOS update, because you definitely don't want to brick your motherboard or have to reset CMOS, which is a completely different thing with pulling your battery out and everything else. So this is simple. We're just going to drop it into our flash drive and then we're going to move on to the next step. Alright, so now we have to update the BIOS or UEFI. Let's see. So we put it on this flash drive here. Plug this bad boy in. It's always the 3rd time you try with USB ports. Little fun fact about this computer. I built this computer, I don't know, about a year ago. You'd have to check my Instagram to check it out. He wanted something nice and flashy, although it is in pretty poor condition at this point. We really got to clean it up, but it's still pretty. Those Ryzen coolers are very nice, and the side mounted graphics card. Okay, so it looks like it's coming right up. We're gonna have to reset it, and we're gonna enter the BIOS by tapping the delete button. That screen, you tap the BIOS, we go down to Q flash. Let me drop off this light there. Go over to Q flash. All right, we're gonna update our BIOS. And now we have two versions. It's suggested we do F31 first, for at least the previous version, but we're gonna do it this way anyway, just to be safe. So we'll go to F31 and allow it to start. Now this will take a few minutes, and then we'll go ahead and update to the newer one. All right, so we're back. We updated it. Let's do it again. Now this time we're going to update to the current, well, the highest known one. And hopefully that gives us the ability to run our Ryzen 3600. If you have any questions about stuff like this, you can always join our Discord. I'll put a link down in the first comment below. It'll be pinned right there. You could also press end at the beginning to go right in the Q flash, but I come in here to make sure everything's working all right. Sometimes I want you to go into the UFEI just to flash it once before you do something like this. So I'll do it one more time. 50A, and there we go. So here we go. Off to the races again. All right, now to the hardware aspect of it. We got our 3600 ready. I didn't need to take out the video card. Some people might argue, why did you do that? I just feel like I want the extra space, so that's why I did. Make sure your computer's unplugged. Power's turned off. All right, now this is the Rgb controller. Take that out first. Your fan, unplug that, which I had to snip a couple zip ties in the back. And now over here, bring it over here. I'm gonna get this guy. I gotta move it up, which is gonna release the lock. Push down, unhook it. Then we should be able to twist it. Now with Ryzen, I always twist first. Although I know I socketed this myself, so I used MX4. But the Ryzen stock paste, if it's on there, it will hook to the processor like glue. So I always twist first. Give it a little twist like this to break it free. All right. Just gotta get this side out. All right, there's our processor. A little bit extra thermal paste, but we're going to clean all that up. Since it's in a nice secure spot, we'll clean it up right now. We'll use this coffee filters and 91% rubbing alcohol. And it will start to break down this thermal paste. Just rub it on there. It usually takes about 3 applications. Say the first one gets off most of it. Then we'll want to dab in and rub in alcohol again. This is going to get off the majority, the stubborn. Now we don't got to take all this off, guys. We just don't want to make a mess with it. So we're just going to. So the rest of the cleaning will probably be done out of the socket. So open this up. Carefully pull it out. Then we drop the new one in. Make sure the triangles are lined up. Make sure it's fitting nice and snug with all the pins. If you bend one of these pins, you basically got to get a new processor in most cases. You are pretty screwed. Alright, the next thing is we're going to clean up our heatsink. We're going to apply new MX4 thermal compound, and then we're going to try to boot it up. Alright, so we got it back together, and one thing I did add was I put an NZXT high flow fan in the top, which he had this low RPM fan there, and I moved that to come as help for the intake, because the reason being, I wanted to do that is this video card sits here, and generally this mounting situation with video cards, you don't get a lot of cold air on them because you got your glass case right here. So I got this guy blowing straight down and then this, I have him blowing out, and he's a higher RPM. So these two fans should easily be able to handle all the intake that's coming from the rest of the fans. And also I'm going to tie them to the motherboard right here, so the motherboard will be able to determine if it wants more cold air or not, and it will adjust that based on the noise level. When it's quiet, you're going to be running normally, but if it needs to ramp up, it'll ramp up. Now if we put them both on the power supply, what'll happen is they'll just be loud. Doing it this way, they'll be quiet unless it needs it, which it may not ever need it. But and he still has a lot of dust here, but I'm trying my best to clean it out. Alright, the moment of truth. Let's see if we can get a boot situation here. Looks like we got it working. See if we can get the desktop, and then we'll start our overclock. Then we'll be able to tame all these wires. And if you look in here, you can see I put a splitter right there, so we can offer these two fans in tandem. And as you see, the video card's not even warm, so it's not even going to run yet. But when it becomes warm, it'll be able to push more air down, and this fan really kicks on the X tier. This is probably the best fan in there. Those NZXT fans are pretty nice.
Alright guys, so that's it. We got it working. Sorry it took so long. I kind of wanted to make this video short, but for it to be like a tutorial to show people how to do everything front to back, it took a lot longer than I expected. But I hope you enjoyed nevertheless, and I hope maybe you learned something if you're new. So if you like the content, please subscribe and turn the notifications on. Also, you can check our Instagram for projects as we're ongoing, because as you know, I run a computer building business. And check our website if you need a computer built. That's EliteGamingHQ.net. That'll also be pinned in the first comment below, and join our Discord if you want to talk to us, because I'm always down to chat. I check it at least once a day. So thanks for watching guys, my name is Andrew, and this is EliteGamingHQ.